Tonight, whether you believe the city is keeping us safe or Big Brother is everywhere.
It's a money-grabbing thing, but on the same time, it's a safety issue.
There will soon be 24 more photo radar cameras to support your theory. Whether you're driving in Manotick or Richmond or whizzing by Lansdowne Park on Bank, you'll soon have to slow down. A simple black and white tribute to a young boy.
It's just such a subtle way to show that we care.
In front of many businesses and residences in Almonte, you'll see a soccer ball, a way to remember Archer, who loved to play. And what are you doing this weekend?
Are you ready to show the world that Ottawa can still party?
Events and festivals all across town. How Blues Fest and other celebrations are drawing tourists and giving the local economy a July jolt. Good evening. We begin tonight with the expansion of one of Ottawa's most contentious traffic calming measures. More photo radar cameras are set to be installed in the coming weeks, with several coming to rural areas of the city. CTV's Natalie Van Roy joins us live with the details. Natalie.
Patricia, the perimeter of the location for these cameras is expanding to areas like Dunrobin, Richmond, and more areas in Manotick. Signs are up to warn the public, with some calling it a cash grab. Pierrette Graham drives through Manotick all the time. Soon there will be a new speed camera.
It's a money-grabbing thing, but on the same time, it's a safety issue, especially around the school area. That has to smarten up.
24 cameras are being installed across Ottawa and into the rural areas as well, starting in early August. The City of Ottawa says all of the cameras should be operational by late fall.
I think it's actually pretty safe. I find like a lot of people drive pretty quickly down the road.
This will be the second camera to be installed in the village of Manotick. The latest location on Manotick Main Street from Bankfield Road to Highcroft Drive.
Just about the speed cameras, I just think it's unnecessary. I just find that there's too many cameras.
We already have one on Bridge Street, so yeah, that would be good. This is just a little village, supposedly, and it's turned into a mainstream for people coming from Montreal, coming through.
Many new 24 cameras will appear in Ottawa's rural areas, where drivers might not expect them on roads far from downtown. The existing cameras have had an impact. More than 138,303 speeding tickets were issued in the first 5 months of the year.
Putting 24 more of them, it's at a certain point, you're going to see one on every street.
I understand pulling people over when police stop them, but I find the cameras, there's a lot of flaws with that. There's no police presence to prove it, and the cameras they're new, they could be flawed.
The city says the new locations were chosen for a number of reasons, like compliance with the speed limit, high-end speeders, children walking or cycling in the area, reported collisions, and schools participating in a safe and active transportation to school program.
When you're in the area that's busy, like lots of kids around, you got to slow down. You just do your 40. Like, I don't understand why they have to go over 40 all the time.
And in total, the city has installed 60 cameras since the start of this program in 2020. Patricia.
CTV's Natalie Van Roy live for us tonight. Thank you. You can download the CTV News app right now. Just scan the QR code on your screen using your smartphone. We have a full list of where all of those 24 cameras will be installed this year. Well, it has been just over 3 weeks since the community of Almonte was rocked by the death of 9-year-old Archer Lowe, who was hit by a bus riding his bike home from school. Since that day, Almonte and the surrounding community have embraced Archer's love of soccer to show support for the family. CTV's Dylan Dyson joins us with more on this tribute. Dylan.
Patricia, similar to the Sticks Out for Humboldt movement that took place in 2018 after the Humboldt Broncos bus crash, residents and businesses in Almonte are putting soccer balls on display in their front steps and in windows, letting the family know they care and are there to support them.
In a town known for its basketball heritage, soccer balls can be seen in every corner of the Almonte community, a tribute to 9-year-old Archer Lowe.
The community is definitely there for them, and I hope they know that.
Barbershop owner Danielle Spearman says she sympathizes with the Lowe family and placed a soccer ball in her shop window in support.
My niece was killed at the age of 9 on her bike as well. It's a totally different situation than here. So I seen what my family went through, and as well as I drove a school bus for 14 years.
It was the afternoon of June 25th, the second last day before summer break, that Lowe was leaving school on his bike when he was hit by a school bus and died. A memorial can still be seen just meters from his school where the incident happened.
It was a devastating day for our community. It still is. But it's just one way for us to band together and support each other.
Since that fateful day, residents and businesses have been putting soccer balls on display, a nod to Archer's love for the game.
It's just such a subtle way to show that we care. This community is such a loving, giving community that it was such an easy thing to do, but it's so impactful.
Following the tragic incident, a bucket of soccer balls was donated by a local soccer club to the Almonte Library. Anyone who wanted to display one on their front porch or in their front window could come pick one up for free. Now, there's just this one left.
I feel like it's the least I could do. The whole town was devastated at what happened, not just to the family of the young boy, but also everybody that saw it.
In a tight-knit community such as Almonte, it's an impact that will be felt for some time.
Doesn't amaze me how supportive and understanding this town is. Never have I seen such a supportive town, and that everyone comes together and tries to be there for the community.
The community is also offering support to the bus driver involved in the incident. An online fundraiser for the Lowe family has raised nearly $115,000 since Archer was killed. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Dylan Dyson live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, are you feeling a little tired this week? Blame festival season. Ottawa prides itself on its festivals. We have a bunch. We do them well. And while they are tiring for locals trying to work and celebrate, they also bring in lots of out-of-town visitors, and that is great for the economy. CTV's Camille Wilson checked out some of those big events. Camille.
Patricia, Green Day is expected to pack them at Blues Fest tonight. Across the river, beer lovers have festivals of their own, and the Atletico game is getting underway shortly. A busy Friday night as festival season hits its peak. Trinity LaCasse says festival season has a vibe of its own.
So many different people, and it just brings in also a lot of diversity too with the crowd coming in. It's insane to see people from America, see people from all over Canada, Nunavut, and just getting to meet new people and new friends.
Another big weekend in the capital, the Gatineau Beer Festival, Chamber Fest, the Lebanese Fest, all drawing crowds. But no crowd bigger than the one expected at LeBreton Flats tonight, where LaCasse is lining up to catch Green Day.
I love that with Ottawa, they really bring in a lot of big artists this year, and they try to do their best every year, but I especially love this year. They just had so many good artists and just so many different people.
The festival bringing music lovers together. LaCasse met Jeff Pelletier in line. They've been hanging out since 11 a.m.
I'm from Ottawa, but I live in Nunavut now, and so it's much warmer this time of year, and I love coming back here for Blues Fest.
Some Americans here too.
I'm from North Carolina in the United States. Being out here is super cool. I think it's awesome. I love it whenever a place has a great live music culture.
Festivals are a big part of tourism in Ottawa, where the city sees the most international visitors.
It's a big economic contributor to Ottawa because these people, they come here, but they don't just come for the festival. They sleep in our hotels, they dine in our restaurants, they shop around, they visit our attractions and all of that.
Festival season begins in May and runs through to September, but mid-July is peak tourism season in the capital. With the many different cultures that make up the city comes a wide range of cultural events, such as this festival at St. Elias, marking 35 years.
The Ottawa Lebanese Festival is very proud to be one of those marquee events that you can come to enjoy for 5 days, enjoy the music, enjoy the great food, have some fun, and still get to go and enjoy all the other events going on in the city.
And Ottawa Blues Fest organizers say tonight will be the biggest night. It's the biggest day for single ticket sales with Green Day headlining. Patricia.
Yes, I plan to pack myself into that crowd tonight. It'll be a good one. Thank you so much, Camille. CTV's Camille Wilson reporting live for us tonight. We do have details on all of the events happening in Ottawa this weekend and beyond. You can find that list on our website, ctvnewsottawa.ca.
Still ahead, when chocolate goes viral, the unique appeal of Dubai chocolate. Pistachio-filled and expensive, but some say worth every penny. That story coming up.
And here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We have a beautiful evening for Blues Fest, Atletico, everything else that is happening in Ottawa tonight. 25 degrees out there right now. Certainly a lot less humidity today than what we've seen earlier in the week. It was very, very pleasant. Lots of sunshine. We will have a few clouds this evening and a mix of sun and cloud tomorrow. It'll be warmer again tomorrow before the temperature drops back slightly into Sunday. We do have a chance of showers on Sunday, but should be mostly clear this evening. 22 degrees is what we're looking at 8 p.m. 14 degrees is what you'll wake up to on Saturday. A mix of sun and cloud and 23 by the noon hour, but then warming up to 28 degrees tomorrow. So a beautiful day on the way tomorrow. Right now in the capital, we are sitting at 25 degrees. Still some sunshine out there for your Friday evening. Well, one person is in hospital after a car crashed into a grocery store this afternoon. First responders were called to the Metro on Robertson Road in Bell's Corners around 2:45 p.m. Police say a man in his 90s was driving the vehicle. He was taken to hospital as a precaution with minor injuries. A second man was assessed at the scene. The car has since been removed from the wall. The Metro is still open. Well, Ottawa police are looking for suspects after 2 distraction thefts last month. The first incident happened on June 26th on Hillary Avenue in the Alta Vista neighborhood. Police say a 92-year-old woman was sitting outside her home when a vehicle stopped in her driveway. Police say the woman walked up to talk to a woman in the back seat, and during the interaction, the suspect removed a necklace and 2 rings from the victim. Police say a similar incident happened on Beaver Pond Drive in the Pineview neighborhood on June 28th when a necklace was stolen from a 94-year-old man. Investigators are asking anyone who may have doorbell or dash cam footage to review it for anything suspicious. Well, police are looking for witnesses after a multi-vehicle collision on Highway 174 earlier this week. Police say a white Audi was speeding in the westbound lanes east of Trim Road on Tuesday when the driver lost control, hit a guardrail, and crossed into the eastbound lane, striking a gray SUV and blue pickup truck. Both vehicles ended up in the ditch, and both drivers were sent to hospital, one with critical injuries. The driver of the Audi is facing charges. Another driver is facing charges after Ontario Provincial Police discovered 2,000 unstamped cigarettes during a traffic stop. Officers pulled over the driver shortly before 11 p.m. Wednesday on Highway 417 near Innes Road. OPP say the driver was given a breath test and registered in the warning range. Well, hundreds of people are set to lose their jobs in Cornwall as the border town starts to feel the direct impacts of U.S. tariffs. A long-standing local furniture manufacturer is shutting down, and the company acknowledges the trade war is a factor in its decision to close. Bridgewood Industries currently employs around 300 people. It's set to shut down September 19th. CTV's Josh Morano was in Cornwall for us and joins us now with more on this. Josh.
Yeah, Patricia, Cornwall is a border city that relies heavily on trade with the U.S. Residents I spoke with today say they are frustrated that a looming trade war is hitting so close to home. After 55 years, Bridgewood Industries in Cornwall is closing its doors.
We have lots of unemployment already in Cornwall.
300 people will lose their jobs, which is concerning for local residents like Pamela Bristow.
And if the local industry shut down, well, we're in real trouble.
The local manufacturer of ready-to-assemble furniture is set to shut down in September as U.S. tariffs continue and the trade war drags on.
The whole economic situation in Canada is changing, so we have to do our best to support Canada and to do what we can.
That's very sad that people are having to lose their jobs because of this.
The parent company, Dorel Industries, out of Quebec, citing factors including current challenges with the U.S. market and competition from overseas outsourcing.
This company manufactures furniture, which ultimately would be, much of it would be marketed in the United States, and the 35% tariff would make that business difficult for the company.
Last week, U.S. President Donald Trump threatened to impose a 35% tariff on all Canadian goods starting August 1st. As a border city, Cornwall is vulnerable to the economic fallout.
This is just going to be a blow, and we're a border town, and there's crime here, and we need our jobs. We need help from the government.
In a statement, the mayor of Cornwall says the city will be looking for ways to provide support to those 300 workers as the closure date approaches. Patricia.
CTV's Josh Morano reporting live for us tonight. Thanks, Josh. Well, a very well-known name in this part of the world is also out of a job. CBS shocking many by announcing the cancellation of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. He made that announcement himself last night. And CTV's Stephen Keys joins us live with more on this. And Steph, what is all the talk about this possibly being politically motivated?
Well, Patricia, that's the chatter, but no one can say for certain. We do know the U.S. president is celebrating the move, tweeting, and I quote, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired." Also, the timing is likely what has some raising their eyebrows. We'll get to that in a minute, but first, here's a part of the announcement in case you missed it.
The network will be ending The Late Show in May. And yeah, I share your feelings.
Colbert, breaking the news last night, says the Late Show franchise is coming to an end and will not continue with a new host. It comes just 2 weeks after parent company Paramount settled a lawsuit lodged against CBS by the president. Trump taking issue with an interview 60 Minutes did with his former Democratic challenger, Kamala Harris, back in October. But again, with the timing, many wonder if Colbert became collateral damage.
There's a lot of speculation that the deal was riding on perhaps getting rid of Stephen Colbert, who has been a target of Trump's really severe animus because he is a very stringent comic making fun of Donald Trump. So there's reason for this kind of speculation.
Even then, it's important to note that CBS has released a statement saying the following: "This is purely a financial decision against a challenging backdrop in late night. It is not related in any way to the show's performance, content, or other matters happening at Paramount." But there could also be more to this, as Paramount wants the American government to approve an $8.4 billion merger with Skydance Media. New episodes will air until the end of the broadcast TV season in May. You may recall Colbert took over The Late Show from David Letterman back in 2015. So for the show that has kept so many people laughing and provoking thoughts through satire for so long, it's certainly the end of an era, Patricia.
All right, CTV's Stephen Keys live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, U.S. President Donald Trump is on the defensive today, now launching a lawsuit and denying he has anything to hide about his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. It comes as the U.S. Justice Department moves to release the grand jury testimony in the Epstein case after Trump ordered the release of more documents related to the convicted sex offender and disgraced financier. CTV's Camille Caramelli reports.
U.S. President Donald Trump signing a cryptocurrency bill today with no mention of the controversy swirling around him. Trump supporters burning MAGA hats in protest of the U.S. president's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Adding fuel to a growing fire, Trump facing increasing pressure from his own base to release court documents related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
The MAGA conspiracy, which actually fueled a lot of this, suggesting that somehow this was a political elite cabal that was shielding and protecting Jeffrey Epstein.
Trump posting online, "I've asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony." Bondi in response saying they're ready to move the court Friday to unseal the grand jury transcripts. But Democrats want more than just the grand jury testimony about Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell.
Here's the problem. The grand jury testimony is largely about Epstein and Maxwell, not about all the rich and powerful men who abused, assaulted, and abandoned young women.
This comes as a Wall Street Journal report claims Trump had written to Epstein in a birthday note in the early 2000s that reportedly included a hand-drawn picture of a naked woman. Trump has denied writing the note and threatened to sue the paper. But American news outlets now reporting what's also part of the unreleased files are logbooks for Epstein's private island.
They need to release more than the grand jury testimony. They need to release witness interviews, all of the documents, statements.
All of it driving up the heat on Trump from critics and supporters, including some calling for a special prosecutor to investigate.
The president would not recommend a special prosecutor in the Epstein case. That's how he feels.
Kamal Koramali, CTV News, Toronto.
Well, yet another significant road closure for drivers to be aware of as construction season continues. A section of Carling Avenue is now closed between Moody Drive and Hertzberg Road. Crews will be removing the former CN Rail Bridge and widening that stretch of Carling. The closure is scheduled to last until July 27th, while construction is said to be completed at the end of August. Detours are in place.
You're going to have to try it to know what I'm talking about. Absolutely phenomenal.
Dubai chocolate, it sounds exotic, but you can buy it right here in the market. So why has this Middle Eastern melt-in-your-mouth flavor experience broken all industry records? A TikTok success story coming up. And here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. A beautiful evening out there. No humidity, 25 degrees in the capital. We'll be back in just a moment.
Ottawa is my home, and like many of you, I've always turned to CTV News for the latest local news. We cover the local stories that matter to you.
Live, local, breaking CTV News with Patricia Bowl.
Taking a live look at the roads, traffic moderate on the Queensway on this Friday night at the tail end of rush hour, and the sun shining beautifully out there as you get your weekend started. Well, Dubai chocolate is taking over TikTok, a creamy, over-the-top treat that's become a viral sensation. And as CTV's Tyler Fleming reports, stores here in Ottawa now getting in on the trend.
And look at that.
That telltale snap of the Dubai chocolate bar, Bilal Sirhan's top-selling treat at Juice Dudes on Bank Street.
It started as a trend in Dubai, and we were very intrigued, and we did our homework on it. And eventually, we, I think, did around 10 to 15 recipes until we have absolutely mastered it.
Creamy, green, and totally TikTok famous.
Oh my, looks like Dubai.
Here it is.
It's very, very good. Many Ottawa shops now selling the treat after it ballooned in popularity in recent years.
Like this.
Over at Pistachio Choco, they have their take on this confectionery too.
Every day, like different shape, like 100.
The flavors also inspiring other twists like these Dubai chocolate cookies and strawberry cups. But no matter the maker, the core stays classic.
Just real pistachios, kunafa.
A crunchy pastry.
That's it. No oil, no color, no sugar, just pistachio.
Pure, simple pleasure.
You're going to have to try it to know what I'm talking about. Absolutely phenomenal.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
I read somewhere that it was invented to satisfy pregnancy cravings. I don't know if that's true, but it looks like it is worth a try. Delicious. Well, after a week-long heat wave, temperatures were much more seasonal today. The perfect summer day out there, really plenty of sunshine, temperatures hovering in the mid-20s. Just a beautiful day to get out, enjoy the Ottawa River if you are lucky enough to do that, and continuing to be beautiful this evening as we take a full look at your forecast. So mostly clear skies, a few clouds tonight, but really no concern about thunderstorms and showers and all of that we've had the last couple of days. Here's how things look across the country. Fairly moderate temperatures out east, similar to what we saw today. Halifax 24 and sunny. Fredericton seeing 22 degrees. Toronto having a 23-degree day in the sunshine as well, just slightly warmer down in Windsor where it is mostly sunny. And into the prairies, 24 in Winnipeg, 22 in Regina. Alberta seeing 25 degrees in Edmonton, a cooler day in Calgary, 20 degrees there with a mix of sun and cloud. And out on the west coast, 21 and mostly sunny in Vancouver. A little warmer to the north, Yellowknife, 24 degrees with a chance of some storms there, and 22 in Whitehorse where they're having a beautiful day today. Taking a look at your lows overnight tonight. So again, cooler than what we'd had the last few nights. It certainly cooled off beautifully last evening, and you've got the good sleeping weather again tonight. You'll see 13 degrees in Ottawa and surrounding area, even cooler single digits in Bancroft and Pembroke. 9 degrees, 11 degrees in Maniwaki overnight tonight. Gatineau will see 9 degrees as well. Only Montreal with any kind of warmth overnight tonight in terms of that overnight low. And then the highs for tomorrow for your Saturday, just beautiful in our area. Ottawa will see 28 as well. Cornwall and Brockville, Kingston a little cooler, 26 with a mix of sun and cloud along the water. Trenton will also see 26 degrees. Bancroft and Pembroke more overcast and 24 degrees for the daytime high. Tremblant 25 degrees. Montreal similar to us at 28, as is Gatineau, and slightly cloudy in Maniwaki, 25 degrees. Petawawa 24, and a warm day in Kemptville tomorrow on your Saturday, 28 degrees. Your 7-day forecast is brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Center, celebrating over 80 years in family business. So Saturday will be the warmer day on the weekend with that mix of sun and cloud and 28. We do have a slight chance of some showers on Sunday, about 40%, but still a pretty good-looking day for the Ottawa Redblacks returning home to play Hamilton at TD Place on Sunday evening. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff in that one. Lots of sunshine to restart your work week. 23 on Monday, warmer, and 27 on Tuesday. A mix of sun and cloud, 28 on Wednesday. And then we do have a chance of showers late in the week, but no temperatures at 30 or above. So if you were finding it way too much this past week, you get a little break from that heat and humidity for the next several days. Well, coming up, a look at how much you need to earn to afford a home in Ottawa in this summer real estate market. And we have a new pop quiz online tonight. You can test your knowledge of the week's news. Take the quiz at ctvnewsottawa.ca.
Tonight, slumping sales for duty-free shops.
I go many days here now. I don't see one single Canadian.
What's taking a toll on businesses at the border and the existential threat facing several stores. That's later on CTV National News.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, CTV Morning Live, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
From tonight's big picture, an adorable and successful rescue captured on video in Winnipeg.
Ducks fell inside here and we need to lift it up.
A woman spotted a duck frantically pacing on the road. It led her to discover a group of trapped ducklings that fell through a grate. She called her husband, who is a firefighter with experience in rescuing animals. He rushed to the scene, and after lifting the grate, the couple removed the ducklings. Many of them then waddled straight back to their mama. Very nice. Well, now some other stories you need to know right now. The income required to buy a home in Ottawa is increasing as the summer real estate market starts to pick up. CTV's Stefan Keys joins us now with the details on this and other stories, Steph.
Patricia, home prices and mortgage rates jumped in June, which means home buyers needed to earn a little more to afford the average priced house in this city. According to ratehub.ca, home buyers needed an income of nearly $136,000 last month. That's up from $134,000 in May. The average price of a home in Ottawa was $634,300 in June. RateHub looks at the income required to buy a home with a 10% down payment and 25-year amortization. Water activities such as canoeing and paddle boarding are once again allowed at a popular Gatineau beach, but swimming is still prohibited after a spill in the lake. The National Capital Commission closed Lemy Lake Park Beach on Tuesday after a hydrocarbon spill, which typically refers to oil or petroleum products like gasoline or diesel fuel. The NCC says the spill is now under control and the product has been absorbed. The swimming ban will remain in effect until the water quality improves. If you're hoping to have a campfire this weekend, you are in luck. Ottawa Fire Services has lifted the burn ban, and the open-air fire ban was issued on Tuesday during the heat wave. A reminder, you still need to have an open-air fire permit in order to have a campfire. Ottawa bylaw officers are cracking down on parking violations during Ottawa Blues Fest. There are several parking restrictions in place around LeBreton Flats, including temporary no-stopping areas. Between July 10th and July 16th, bylaw officers issued 163 parking tickets in the area. The fine for parking in a no-stopping zone is $130. Festival goers are encouraged to take public transit, cycle, or walk.
Are you ready to show the world that Ottawa can still party?
And thousands of people gathered at LeBreton Flats last night to watch Sean Paul perform on the 6th night of the festival. This will be the final weekend of Ottawa Blues Fest. Green Day is tonight's headliner, followed by Papa Roach tomorrow and Kate Renata on Sunday. It is expected 250,000 people will attend the 31st edition of Ottawa's largest summer music festival by the time it wraps up on Sunday.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on, you're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
This video going absolutely viral online. The kiss cam at the Coldplay concert, allegedly catching a married tech CEO embracing a colleague. The woman quickly covers her face and the man ducked out of view. The couple later identified as Astronomer CEO and the company's HR chief. The CEO is reportedly married with 2 children. And as you can imagine, this viral moment is getting all kinds of comments online. It's also becoming content for talk shows and making news here in Canada's capital. Patricia, it's something we just couldn't ignore with everyone talking about it.
Everyone's been talking about it for a couple of days now, and yeah, it's one of those. Obviously, you feel bad if there are people who are hurt by this.
Right.
The irony of it is, all they had to do, they were in a different country, is not react. The only reason the video is getting this kind of play is because of the dramatic reaction.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Tough one. I'm wondering what Chris Martin from Coldplay is feeling about all of this.
Who knows? I'm just staying silent now.
This is the line I love from a colleague upstairs. Remember the conscious uncoupling?
Right.
This is the unconscious uncoupling. He didn't mean to do it, but he's uncoupled someone out there, I think.
Called out hardcore by Coldplay.
Thanks, Steph.
It will connect domestic, international governments, wildfire scientists and experts, and affected communities to share knowledge.
Well, just ahead, an update on Canada's wildfire season and predictions on what could be in store for the rest of the summer. Well, destroyed communities, smoky air, lengthy evacuations. It has been a devastating and fatal wildfire season, and it's only mid-July. Tonight, the federal government warning there is a high risk of more wildfires in August. CTV's Mike Lecouture has the details.
We're at the halfway point of the year, and while Canada isn't on track to break a record for wildfires, it could be the second worst year in the last decade. There are 561 wildfires burning across Canada right now, and conditions for the rest of the summer will be ripe for more. Still, federal officials say they're ready to protect communities.
Whether that's water bombers, whether that's a requirement for the Canadian Armed Forces to do an evacuation, whether that's helping with supplying things like fire hoses, whether that's it can be a broad assortment of matters that we're concerned with.
Officials say so far this year, wildfires have burned 5.5 million hectares of land. That's more than double the average over the last decade. To give you an idea of the scope, that's nearly 8 times the size of the Greater Toronto Area. Today, the federal government announced a $12 million investment over 4 years to establish the Wildfire Resilience Consortium of Canada.
It will connect domestic, international governments, the private sector, wildfire scientists and experts, and affected communities to share knowledge, science, and technology so we can fight fires better.
But it's not a national disaster agency, which was first considered 2 years ago during the record-setting wildfire season of 2023. And environmental researchers say prevention is also key.
There's absolutely a role to be played for different forms of forest management, including control burns, including various types of timber harvesting and things like that, that can be done to reduce the amount of fuel that's on the landscape.
But Kaplan is adamant. He says the big fires we're seeing now are being driven by climate change. And he adds the best way to mitigate the fires is to get a handle on greenhouse gas emissions. Mike Lecoulteur, CTV News, Ottawa.
Canadian and U.S. stocks slipped from yesterday's record highs amid signs that Washington's erratic trade policies are still a worry for businesses and investors. BNN Bloomberg's Andrew Bell has the details.
Hello there. Toronto's composite stock index and the S&P 500 fell slightly today from yesterday's record closing highs. Strategists at Bank of America said the share of global stock market flows heading to the U.S. has plunged in 2025 as President Donald Trump's trade war raises doubts about the stability of American policy. U.S. stock funds attracted just under half of total flows this year so far, compared with 72% in 2024. And American oil executives expect to drill significantly fewer wells in their vast shale fields this year amid weak crude prices and concerns that Trump's tariffs will hurt profits. One corporate leader told the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas, quote, "It's hard to imagine how much worse policies and D.C. rhetoric could have been for U.S. oil companies." The Canadian dollar traded at 72.84 U.S. cents, and it was up 0.13 of a cent. West Texas Intermediate oil changed hands at $67.38, down 16 cents. Our latest fix on Western Canadian Select oil has it at $54.67, up 71 cents. And the Toronto Stock Exchange Composite Index ended at 27,314.01, down just under 73 points. That's the latest in business. I'm Andrew Bell of BNN Bloomberg.
Year after year, these are the main causes of serious and fatal collisions.
Well, coming up, police across Quebec step up enforcement as thousands head out on vacation during the annual construction holiday.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Well, who does not love a July weekend? Time now to check in with our iHeartRadio Weekender, Tana Taylor. Tana.
First on today's list, Landscape Ontario Ottawa chapter presents Touch a Truck. You and your kids can get up close and personal with different types of heavy machinery and equipment featuring interactive and educational experiences for both children and adults, giving you and your family the opportunity to explore and learn how they all work. This is open from 9 to 1 p.m. with a silent hour from 9 to 10 a.m. where all the machines will be off, a little less scary. This is tomorrow only at the Nepean Sportsplex. Also kicking off this weekend, Festival Parasol. This is the first of 2 weekends of fun, friends, food, and more, including non-stop live entertainment from local artists. Make sure you're ready to dance. It's all happening at Hotel Casino de Lac Leamy with tickets starting as low as $17.95 online. And finally today, the Thai Street Food Festival is back. Get out and celebrate Thai cuisine and culture in the heart of Ottawa. This is a one-day celebration tomorrow featuring performances, an artisan market, and delicious street food, all happening inside the Horticulture Building at Lansdowne Park. Admission is free. Of course, lots more happening around the capital this weekend. For the full list and all the details, check out ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, my name is Tana Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Well, tens of thousands of Quebecers are heading out of town as the province's 2-week construction holiday begins, and police are stepping up patrols on highways, trails, and waterways. CTV's Matt Gilmore reports.
The city's annual mass exodus has begun as workers trade construction sites for the lake. It's a time for rest and rejuvenation. But for provincial police, this is the busy time of summer.
The construction holiday is a time of year where the number of fatal and serious car collisions is higher.
SQ spokesperson Joyce Kemp says expect to see more officers on the roads and on the water, checking for speeding, distracted, and impaired driving.
Unfortunately, year after year, these are the main causes of serious and fatal collisions.
Whether you're up north or out of the country, tech experts are also warning against posting your holiday photos online until you've returned home.
It's incredibly tempting to share the details of your vacation while it's happening. I mean, who wouldn't be excited about going away? That's the social of social media. The flip side, though, of course, is that can expose us, our homes, to significant risk if we're not careful, because you're telling your friends that you're away. You're also telling criminals that your house is empty.
According to Allstate Insurance, burglaries are most frequent during summer months when homes are empty. A recent survey found 9% of people post vacation information online before they leave, and 28% say they post pictures while they're still away.
One of those really alarming statistics was that 15% of those people who are posting pictures on social media is actually more important for them to put those pictures than to actually keep their home safe.
Carmi Levy says it doesn't mean you shouldn't ever post your vacation pictures.
Consider what you're posting and when. In many cases, things that you post will be a location stamped. And so you don't want something with a location stamp not from your hometown while you're not in your hometown. So wait until you get home.
Helpful tips for making sure you have peace of mind during your time off this summer. Matt Gilmore, CTV News.
Kind of a big moment yesterday when the whole team here at Pure Country 94 found out.
Well, coming up, an exciting honor for our radio colleagues at Ottawa's Pure Country 94. We'll have those details after the break. And taking a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam, a beautiful Friday evening in Ottawa. It is 25 degrees out there right now, little breeze, no humidity, really a perfect Friday night.
Monday on CTV Morning Live, we pay a visit to Tom Green ahead of his newest gig, hosting the upcoming Canadian Country Music Association Awards.
And we're kicking off our local road trip week with some budgeting tips. Plus, we'll tell you what there is to explore in Smiths Falls.
Wake up the right way with CTV Morning Live starting at 6 a.m.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Well, here's what's on CTV tonight. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory, Celebrity Jeopardy, and 2 episodes of Fear Thy Neighbor. And here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
It's a money-grabbing thing, but on the same time, it's a safety issue.
2 dozen additional photo radar cameras will be up and running in the next 3 months, some coming to more rural areas of the city.
The whole town was devastated at what happened, not just to the family of the young boy, but also everybody that saw it.
Residents in Almonte honoring Archer Lowe, displaying soccer balls in memory of the 9-year-old boy who was struck and killed by a school bus while riding his bike last month.
It's a big economic contributor to Ottawa.
Summer in the city, kicking off a busy weekend here in the capital. You can take your pick as festival season is in full swing. And we want to take a final look at the forecast. It's a good one heading into the weekend. We are going to see 14 degrees when you wake up tomorrow. So nice, cool overnight weather for sleeping. And then your Saturday is gorgeous, warming all the way up to 28 degrees. Mostly sunshine for you. A little cooler on Sunday. We do have a chance of showers. Hopefully a beautiful Sunday evening for the Ottawa Red Blacks, returning back home to TD Place after playing a couple away. Sunshine on Monday and a cooler temperature for you as well. Great for all the people who are not loving the humidity. 23 on Monday, 27 on Tuesday, and a mix of sun and cloud into your Wednesday, with the temperature staying sort of in the upper 20 range for the end of the week. We want to check in now to see what our news team will be working on tonight. Steph Keys is here.
Well, Patricia, as you know, this city, we can't get enough of Blues Fest. Sean Paul had people dancing up a storm last night, and tonight, Green Day is a headliner that will have the crowds rocking. The popular punk band has been pleasing audiences since the 90s when they really started to take off, but the band was formed nearly 4 decades ago in 1987, and they've been producing music ever since. We'll catch the crowds rocking out tonight and give you a glimpse of the performance if you can't make it out yourself. Join us at 11:30. And Patricia, I just saw a video that Blues Fest posted. The doors, the gates are open, and crowds are just rushing to the front, trying to get right up to the stage.
I was just asking a friend who's going, are we going to be okay without sleeves? And she said, apparently the crowd's huge already, so we're going to have a lot of body heat happening. It'll be a great night for sure. Thanks, Steph. And finally for us tonight, we want to say congratulations to our colleagues at Ottawa's Pure Country 94, who have been nominated for a Canadian Country Music Award.
Kind of a big moment yesterday when the whole team here at Pure Country 94 found out that we have been nominated for Radio Station of the Year.
Woo! Pure Country 94.
Co-hosts Ashley Greco and Gord St. Dennis making the announcement on the morning pickup today, so they are nominated for Radio Station of the Year, along with 4 other country music stations from across the country, but I think we obviously know which one is the best.
Of course.
Steph, yeah, this is a no-brainer right here.
For sure. They do such a wonderful job. I had the pleasure of filling in for Gord, and it's just a good time. And their listeners are amazing and so engaged.
Yeah, they're both so much fun. Gord and Ashley introduced one of the acts at Blues Fest. Eleni Wilson, I think they were out on stage for that. As we take a look back at some of the first 5-6 nights of music, a couple more to go here tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. You're so right. We love our Blues Fest in this town. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, everyone.